Welcome, everybody, to TacosandGeeks.com. Justin and Sean here today.
Yo, yo, yo.
And today we are both going to review Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin. And this is number 1 of 5 from IEW. As always, I give you a brief synopsis. So here we go. It's the TMNT event of 2020. Springing from the minds of TMNT co-creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird comes an epic like you've never seen before in the future. In a future NYC far different than the one we know, today one lone surviving turtle goes on a seemingly hopeless mission to obtain justice for his fallen family and friends. Kinetic layouts from Eastman, moody inks from Andy Kuhn, and thrilling script full of surprises from a longtime TMNT scribe Tom Waltz all combined to make this one of the most memorable TMNT stories you will ever read, and I can't disagree with this one. This was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say they really pulled out all the stops for this. The artwork, even on the first cover, the artwork of The Last Ronin is just like, it's damn,
sick. How
many weapons is this man gonna have? But it is beautifully done, and you can't wait to open this book up and read it and figure out what's going on, what happened. You have so many questions before you even get to the first page of the book.
And just to give just a little bit more of this cover, I mean, the fact that he has every single weapon of his brothers. Like, we don't know who it is. Keep in mind, sorry, I gotta say this. This will contain spoilers at the ending. We are going to talk about who this the last one is. So definitely we're going to talk about that. But just the way the cover is, it's so dark. And the fact that they changed the color of the masks to black, so we can't tell which turtle it is. I thought it was just a very great start to it, but I definitely agree. Just looking at the covers, like, I had to pick this up.
No, definitely. And like, this storyline is just crazy. So
yeah,
when it was given to us by IDW, I was like, oh Jesus, like, I can't. Like, it was, first of all, it's been announced for months.
Yeah.
Before it came out, and people were just like, I wonder what the story is. And, just to say, they did not disappoint from the get-go. So
just from the first page, as you see here, it's just such a gritty, moody Ninja Turtle story. Like, the fact that everyone is dead. There's only one left. You don't know who this turtle is. The way it's written, it's like it can be any of them, obviously, because this turtle uses everybody's weapons. And I think just credit to the writers just to make sure that, so you could not guess until they reveal who it is.
Yeah. And one of the best things I like about this is that even from the first panel, you see him like having conversations and you're wondering who he's conversating with. But the thing is, like, as they reveal as they go on, he's conversating with his dead brothers. Which is a wonderful thing. And I mean, the panels are beautifully drawn and written out. So, after you take out from the first page, it goes right into him trying to, discovering what his plan is to get into New York City, which is crazy. When you hear the dialogue of what he has to go through to get there, it's just amazing. Amazing.
And just the second page with the shot of this futuristic city that's now blocked off. And it's blocked off by Shredder's grandson is the one who's really in charge of everything now.
Yeah, so that's one spoiler that's out now. Like, it's not like it's Shredder. So that's even another question that we try to come up with. Like, well, what happened to Shredder?
Yeah,
because we're like, all right, his grandson. I mean, Shredder had a kid, and then his kid had a kid. Yeah, so that's just something where we're all curious to find out what's going on.
And just from the fourth panel, just how he's getting and breaking, and just the panel here where he says definitely not fit for human survival. He has to literally go through sewage to just break into this barricade using all the weapons, such as the sai from Raphael, the bow of Donatello, the sword and the nunchucks of Michelangelo, and of course the shurikens to break the cameras. Really, I really like how they really did the ninja aspects here to really show the stealth skills of the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, and the one thing I like is that, he reveals that he said, no human can survive this, but me being a mutant Ninja Turtle will surviving. Also, one of the things I do love about it is that they gave him a hood this time. Like, he's not walking around like, the Turtles were just a turtle shell, their belt, and whatever weapons they had. Like, he's dressed in like a full ninja outfit with a hood and everything. Yeah. Like, going through. So that's one of the things. And the trials and tribulations he goes through, fire.
And just once things really pick up, once he gets into this beautiful futuristic New York City, just looking at this panel here of him, you have looks like flying cars. Yeah, you have like flying cars here, and he's just breaking in, and just the way the use of color is. And like, I thought, like, since we're about to enter spoiler territory, the way it's written and the way the dialogue is for each turtle, I thought it was Raphael. And because he's using the sides a lot. So I thought it was Raph who was the last Ronin.
Well, I'm not going to get into whose names or what. I'd rather save that till the very end. Yeah. To shock everybody, because it's probably a panel we're not going to show. Yeah. But when when he first gets into the city, you can't really tell whose fighting style he's using, because since he uses a variety of weapons to defend himself and take anything out, it could be anybody. So one thing I will say is the story does keep you in suspense, panel by panel, trying to figure out what his actual mission is. But the theme that you get from his mission is that, this is the end, and by any cost, I'm going to end this for my brothers, for my family, for everybody I lost. That's what his mission is, just to take his revenge.
This turtle is out for revenge, and it's just such a thrilling ride, especially when he gets to the location where Shredder's, like, you see a futuristic foot soldiers and things like that. Yeah. And I thought that was just amazing that they still had them here.
Yeah, and you also see the futuristic Mousers that they have. They actually have those in there, and that was beautifully done and written, like, with the Mousers running in, because it gives you a little bit of nostalgia, because if you remember the video game and you remember the comic book, they actually had the Mousers running around, and it was just really annoying. In this one, they're not annoying. They are deadly. Yeah. And it's one of those things where, he really has to put in work to take them out.
Like, he gets messed up in this. Like, he could barely hold his own.
Yeah. And especially he's lone. He's taking on odds of, like, 50 people in one shot. Yeah. Just to get where he's going. And he does his thing to a point. Yeah. To a point in the movie, and this is where you get to the spoilers. I mean, I know as we continue on, he does face defeat in his first, what we can only assume is his first shot. His first attempt. And it's heartbreaking, because at this point, he is badly beaten, and if it wasn't for the help of a few people in the city, I don't think he would have made it.
Yeah. If it wasn't for a certain teenager following him and discovered him and bring him somewhere towards the end to a familiar friend who I'm not sure is this, maybe they'll explain, maybe it's this person's daughter.
No, actually, it's not that person. Well, the teenager, I don't know, but the person that, and we'll get to it, the person that gets so many in is the person who knows him very well. Yeah. And
reveals who the turtle is.
Yeah. So, so leading up into that, he gets close enough to take out his enemy. He's coming in. He's like, look, I'm not going to fail at this mission. And when he does, there's a point where he's too weak to do anything. Like, he's already beaten up. He's bleeding. He can't, go on. And he decides that this is the end. He's going to join his brothers. He's going to, commit Harry Carey. Yep. And what gives you a shock and doesn't give you a clue to who it is he opens his backpack and he takes out all the mass of his fallen brothers, and he lays out all four. Because in the beginning I was like, oh, that's got to be Leonardo, because he lays the blue mask out first, but then he lays all the other three out, and you're like, okay, I still don't know who it is. So as he's about to do that, spoiler, he passes out. He doesn't even get to finish himself off
until the teenager discovers him and brings him to April O'Neil.
Yes. So April O'Neil has him in a hospital bed, hidden away in the sewers, and she's got him wrapped up, and he wakes up and he looks and he goes, oh my God, April. He goes, it's you. And that's when you're like, oh man, you see an older April O'Neil.
Yeah, I love that.
And you're just like, okay, so April, survived. And as they're talking, and here's where the spoiler comes, she goes, what do you call it? Michelangelo.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? So you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, you're like, out of all the turtles you could have thought it would be, Leonardo. I even hedged my bet and said, I bet you it's Donatello.
Yeah, me too.
That's in there. But I commend the writers on taking the one turtle, the comedian, the guy who never took anything seriously, the guy who was always trying to find the fun in everything, and actually had fun doing it, and turned him into such a serious character. And the one I don't think anybody thought of. If you had a bet it was Michelangelo, I'd like to say congratulations, because nobody else thought it was Michelangelo.
Like I said, the way they written this and the way they use the weapons so much, like you see mostly Leo's and Raphael's weapons be used a lot in these panels when he was fighting. And he used Donatello's bow once, but then I remembered he only used the nunchucks a little bit, like I think one time, but everything else he was mostly using Raphael's side. So I thought it was like, okay, it's Raph. The way his dialogue sounds like Raph. He's angry.
Definitely.
He's angry. He's hot headed. And then we find out it's Mikey. I remember I texted, I was like, yo, read it now. Like that twist you're not going to expect.
Yeah, and then I read it and I was like, yo, this is Michelangelo? I'm like, holy crap. So it kind of excited the story for me a little more with it being Mikey and not any of the others, because the others I felt like were warriors, and them avenging somebody would be like, oh, okay, I feel Leonardo. But with Mikey in this, like, it brings a whole new twist to the story. We don't know what's going to happen.
The youngest one.
Yep. And it's refreshing that they brought this out. So I am really excited to see what the next panel, what the next comic book is going to be. And this is definitely something everybody should pick up. Like, even if you're not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan and you do know what they are, you need to pick this up. This story is just too important.
I'm giving this a rare A+, 10 out of 10. I think this was to me comic book of the year for me. This was just like, as a Turtle fan, this is Turtles, the Dark Turtles that a lot of people love.
Or the turtles that were in the beginning, the Dark Turtles,
yes,
how they originally were written.
Yeah.
And I think this is a great throwback to that, but I'll agree. This is just an A+, 10 out of 10 first issue. I can't wait for the second issues. I hope if the second issues are the same or takes it to another level, definitely this book would be comic book of the year.
Yeah, definitely. That's it, guys. What did you like about it? Comment below. Let us know. If you like what we do here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you're watching us on YouTube. That's important. Hit that notification bell. Visit us at tacosandgeeks.com, and you can follow us on Instagram /thetacosandgeeks, and you can follow us on Facebook.com /thetacosandgeeks blog. Justin and Sean saying later days.
Later days.